Yes, the scripture reading comes from Colossians chapter 3, verses 12 to 14. Put on therefore as the elect of God, holy and beloved. Okay. This is another version.
This is another version.
I didn't practice this one.
Okay.
Would you read it for me?
Okay. Is that bowels of mercy or bowls of mercy? Bowels of mercy.
If you don't know, I don't know either.
Yes, this is King James Version, which is great. Let's see what the King James Version. I'm sure it's beautiful in this version too. Put on, therefore, as the elect of God, holy and beloved, bowels of mercies, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, long-suffering, forbearing one another and forgiving one another, if any man have a quarrel against any, even as Christ forgave you, so also do ye. And above all things, put on charity, which is the bond of perfectness. And in another version it says, above all, put on love, which binds all of this together, all these other good things that Paul is speaking about here in Colossians and recommending to people. How do we treat one another? Well, I got to tell you, I made a big mistake in one of my relationships this week, important relationships, in fact, really very important on this day. This is the Mother's Day card that I got from my mother. And I have it, and my mother is in Fort Worth, which is a problem. The Mother's Day card is here. My mother is in Fort Worth. I forgot to mail it on time, and I was thinking about this yesterday. I could have put it in the mail. I could have got it at least part of the way there. She could have got it Monday or Tuesday. And then I thought, no, I got an idea. My mother watches all my sermons on Sunday morning, or Sunday when they come out. Robert Asher, every Sunday, edits the tape, and then he puts it up on YouTube, and every Sunday afternoon and evening, my mother watches. So if you'll just bear with me, just for a moment, you can help me out with this. Mom, happy Mother's Day. Here's your Mother's Day card. I'm going to send it right away. Just wanted to tell you I love you, and since I probably can't do this again for Father's Day, tell Dad I love him too. Love you. Well, that is an important relationship. And of course, it's one we honor today. We give it its own day. We honor. We want to make sure our mothers know how much we love them. It's an opportunity for those of us whose mothers are gone now, they've passed on, that we can remember them and remember all that they have meant to us. It's a day, too, when we think about all those people in our lives, or at least I do. I think about all the people that helped me grow and helped me nurtured me as I came up, were patient with me. All of those Sunday school teachers that I'm sure I terrorized through all the years, and all the patience they showed me, and all they taught me about God's love, not only from the scriptures, but through their actions. There's so many people to be grateful for today. And actually there's so many relationships in our lives that are so important to us. Certainly our mothers are right at the top, our fathers, also if we have them, our siblings, how important that relationship can and be, and almost always is. Relationships to our coworkers, people we simply work with. And maybe we're not quite friends, but we have an important relationship with them. And then of course the friendships that we have. These are the people we choose to be with. We aren't required to be with them, but we choose to be with them. And these relationships are very important. So Paul was giving some good advice on how to keep relationships strong. And I'd like to continue on with that and look at some different points in the Bible and different things that we can think about ways that we can keep our relationships strong as we go forward. So we not only want to have a good, close circle of friends. Some of us want a wide circle. Some of us want a very small but tight circle. Whichever we choose, how can we make those relationships strong? Because that's what God wants for us. God wants us to have strong relationships that we can count on and where other people can count on us. And so what are some of the ingredients that go into that? Or what are some of the tools that we can use to make that possible in our lives? Well, one of them certainly is acceptance. Being able to accept each other's differences. And that's, of course, one of the great miracles here. As I look out here, as we exist here as a church, we are all so different one from the other. And a part of what makes it possible for us to come together, and for friends to come together, for family to come together, is the acceptance of one another. We are. We're all so different. I mean, you even look at siblings in a family, right? You have a group of siblings, and one of them was born, and just from the time they were born, they were just happy, smiling all the time. That's the way they were throughout almost all their life. And then another sibling is born, another child is born, and that child is serious, just dead serious about everything. And we love them both. We accept them both for this, that they're both this way, but they are so different. And one thing, the challenge is to be able to accept that, and for them to accept each other as being so different as siblings. Yeah, acceptance is a very important part of any relationship, and it's always sad to me whenever I see, and this happens, maybe this has happened to you, or maybe probably happened to somebody you know, is that there is someone, two friends, and they agree with each other about 99% of everything. They get along with each other about 99% of the time, but there's one point of contention, and that point of contention causes the relationship to break up because they can't accept that 1%. See, we're called to accept things about other people, especially our friends and family, things we cannot change, the people that they are. We're called to be accepting of that. And of course, a big part of acceptance is forgiveness. We have to be willing to forgive. And Jesus said this. It's interesting when the guy came to Jesus and said, how many times should I forgive this person? 7 times. And of course, this person was his brother. And of course, we know that. We understand that because you can't be siblings with somebody without doing something that's going to cause, you to need their forgiveness. And vice versa, for them to need your forgiveness. That just happens when you're that close, when you're within families. And of course, Jesus said, no, not 7 times, 70 times 7 times. We need to always be in this state of sort of being able to adjust, being able to accept. And this works great. I tell you, if you've got a couple of people in a relationship, any kind of relationship, any kind of friendship, and you have 2 people, and they're both committed to accepting the other's defects. The other's, not defects, faults or quirks or limitations, just the way that they were born, the way they are. And if they're willing to do that for each other, it is such a strong relationship. Now, it can get bad if you just have one person doing all the accepting. One person's doing all the accepting, the other person's doing all the things that are causing this person to be forgiving. No, it has to be both sides. It has to be both ways. And I'll tell you, acceptance leads us to be able to do one important thing with every relationship, and that is adjust to it. We treat relationships differently. We adjust to them based on the person. This is exactly what Jesus did. During his ministry, Jesus had this wide variety of disciples. And he treated them all kind of special, unique. There were some fiery zealots there, some great rebels. There were some good leaders. There were some quiet encouragers. All sorts of different people there with him, his followers. And he was able to find those great things in them and nurture those things. And that's what we're called to do too. To be accepting of how people are, who they are, and then try to help them nurture the very best parts of them. That's what a friendship is. And that's what our friends should be doing for us, and we should be doing for them, is not being able to accept things about each other, but then also being able to help them, all the good things to grow. It's like one of the holiest things, I think, about relationships and friendships is the way that we can help each other grow more into the people that God has called us to be, God wants us to be. And that's something we can do too. I'll tell you, there's a lot of acceptance that comes with friendship, and I'm sure right now you maybe could think about a friend where there's something you have to accept there. Maybe this friend is very quiet. Only talks when there's something important to say. And so when you go out with this friend, you're going to have to carry on most of the conversation. You're going to have to be the one who keeps everything going. But this friend brings you so many great things in other ways, you don't mind that. In fact, you kind of like it. And in fact, maybe that friend has helped you realize that the world doesn't have to be filled with talking all the time. But you've accepted that part of that friendship, and that person has accepted, what you're bringing to the friendship as well, and some of your frailties and some of your quirks. And here's one I found quite often. You've got a friend, and you find out in the course of your friendship, that friend can't keep a secret. All right? You find it out the hard way. That person cannot be keep a secret. Okay, you want to throw away the whole relationship because of that? Maybe, maybe not. Probably what you will do is still enjoy that friendship and still give a lot to it and receive from that person a whole lot, but you'll quit telling that person things that you want to keep secret, right? You'll adjust to it. And that's just what Christ did. You know, being able to see the very best in people and adjust to them, while also holding firm with this idea of acceptance and love and, you know, holding them to a high standard as well. Because yes, you got to be willing to accept people, but you can't be willing to let people run over you, right? You've got to be willing to hold them accountable as well. That's one of the first things we need to do. This line between acceptance and accountability. We need to be able to walk on that just the way Jesus Christ did. And here's another thing to keep in mind as we move forward. Again, something right from Scripture. The goal of any relationship is happiness in our lives. Our relationships should be making us happier. Our presence in other people's lives should be making them happy. This is so key to what Jesus talked about, being in relationship with others, and what we read today from the Apostle Paul. You want your relationship to be a blessing to other people. And that's really what we're talking about. The word happiness is not great. I like the fact that when Jesus talked in his Sermon on the Mount, he had the Beatitudes at the beginning. Remember the parts that said, blessed are the meek, and blessed are the peacemakers? Well, that word blessed, yeah, you can translate it that way, but you can also translate it happy. Happy are the meek. Happy are the peacemakers. So that's the word I'm talking about here with friendship. Our friendships should make us happy. They should bless us. They should fulfill us. And we should be doing that for others as well. And not just our friendships, all the key relationships in our lives. And you know what? Here's the thing. That takes hard work. Nobody just has a relationship that is a happy relationship. Relationships take hard work. You wouldn't walk into somebody's house and they had a clean house, everything was beautiful, and wouldn't you say, man, you are so lucky to have this clean house. I found a house and it's a dirty house. My house is dirty. I didn't get as lucky as you as to find this great clean house. Well, we know, of course, that's not the way it works. A house is clean because somebody works hard at it. And so friendship brings happiness because people are related, or our key relationships bring happiness in our lives because we are willing to work at those relationships. That's what makes us, brings those relationships kind of to the next level. That's the one thing that makes them very happy. Somebody once, I heard a psychologist once said that when you talk to couples who are happy, like you have a counseling session with a couple and they're very happy, you ask them, who's the one who makes this happy? Who's the one who does the work here? And they both members will point to the other one and say, no, he's the one that makes this happy. You know, he'll say, no, she's the one that makes it happy. And that's just the way it should be, man. And again, if it's only on one side, it doesn't work. But if you have two people trying to sacrifice for each other, to make each other happier than they are, so I want to make you happier than I am, I want to make you happier than I am, well, that is the key to success, and that is the key to happiness. But again, that's hard work. It takes hard work. Yes, you have to have acceptance in your relationship. Accept the things that will not change, that can't be changed. Accept the things that make that person, and then seek every way possible to make that person happy and count on that person for doing the same thing for you. It's one of the great blessings that we can have in our relationships, is to be able to grow stronger in that way through the hard work that we do. And here's one other thing we need to do. We need to be ready for change. We need to be ready for change in our relationships. That's another thing we see throughout the Gospels, throughout the Bible. People who are able to see that relationships change. And of all of our relationships, I don't think of any that have changed more or can change more in your life than your relationship with your parents. I mean, think about that. You start out and you're completely dependent on your parents. And then you get a bit older and you learn from them, and you're protected by them, and you're nurtured by them, and they help you to grow. And then you get to a certain age and they kind of let you go out a little bit into the world on your own, and you test your wings out there, and then come back and then go out again, and come back and go out again. And then one day you're you're gone. You're on your own. You're doing it yourself. You're living life. They have done their job. They've done what they've were supposed to do and have gotten you as an independent person. And then you connect with them, right? You stay connected with them. You treat them, you honor them, and you spend time with them, and you visit with them, and you enjoy being with them. And then you get to a point where strangely now you're taking care of them. Right? It's switched. I mean, think of any relationship in your life that can change that much, our relationship with our parents. But it's true with our children as well. It's true with our friends who move away or something happens in their lives and they need some specific help from us. I mean, things change for all of us. There are some relationships that go through ups and downs, of course. There's some relationships, of course, that come to an end. And we need to honor that and remember that that is an important part of some relationships. It's when they come to an end. It's not easy. It can be very difficult. But it's important. And I believe God is with us as surely at those moments when relationships are dissolving as God was at the relationship the time when we were coming together. There are lots of ways to be thinking about change and being prepared for it. I read a little something by a minister. I don't have it with me, but I'll paraphrase it. He was talking about a big change that he and his wife went through. He was speaking about it. And he said, this has been a big week for my wife and I. On Tuesday, our son, Mike, was downstairs, and he was sleeping in his bed downstairs, and we as parents were sleeping in our bed upstairs, as everything should be. That was Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, we were 250 miles away from home. He was in one hotel room, and we were in the adjoining hotel room, and we kept the doors open so that we could laugh and joke, and we fell asleep that way. That was Wednesday. And then there was Thursday. Thursday, we were 500 miles away from home. And now we were in another hotel, and we were in one room, and he was in the other room way down the hall, but he was still close by, and so we felt close. That was Thursday. And then there was Friday. And on Friday, Mike was in his room at the dorm, and we were back at our room in the hotel. That was Friday. And then there was Saturday. And Saturday, Mike was in his room there going to sleep at college, and we were 500 miles away in our room at home. Thought we were so prepared for this and so ready for this change, and we did do change very well in our relationships. But this was so hard. It just ached. And someone told us, but you have 2 other kids. You're going to have lots of things to do. You know, there are going to be lots of baseball games to go to and graduation ceremonies in the future and dances and vacations and all of those things. You've got plenty. You've got plenty. And my wife and I knew, though, that in family mathematics, 4 minus 1 doesn't equal plenty. And then I started thinking about God. God has lots of children. He's got lots of children who are artists, who are police officers, a lot of children who are preachers, who are teachers, who are doctors, all these different children. And he loves them all, and he loves having them all home with him. And he wonders why you aren't there with him too. He wants you to come back home again. For he misses you whenever you are away. There is always a table there for you. No matter how many people are there with him, he's thinking about you. The one who, for some reason, hasn't been thinking about him. And he knows. He knows, and he hopes that you will get close, and maybe he pushes you a little too much. Maybe you're feeling God's presence a little too much in your life. Well, if that's true, then forgive him. It may just mean that he, like us with our son, is missing you so bad. Friends, there are a lot of important relationships in our life. Our relationship with God is certainly one of them.